From each happily ever after, every wish upon a star. Let's break down the movies that shaped who we are. From memory lane to now and everything in between. The most famous of films to the ones we've never seen. Decade by decade, all the times we laughed and cried, and with a little pixie dust, they will all take flight. Reliving the feelings, and we're trying our very best. And if they mean the same to you, please be our guest. So hop aboard, we would love to have you as we hang with a certain mouth, the whole gang too. If you love nostalgia stuff, we hope this does the trick. Thanks for joining us as we deep dive the magic.
Hi, and welcome back to the Deep Diving Magic Podcast. I'm KJ.
And I am Jeffrey, and we are back today with the 153rd Disney feature-length film from July the 9th of the year 1982. It is the film Tron.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hi.
I just thought I'd do that because sometimes on podcasts people do that. Like they'll say hi to their other co-host.
Well, I mean, that's more lively than this film's ever going to be. But either way, so we watched Tron, the 153rd movie that we've watched, the 153rd Disney feature-length film. Obviously, this is a renowned CGI masterpiece film. Some people say that if it wasn't for this film, there would be no Pixar and there would be no Toy Story. But obviously, this film stars Jeff Bridges, who will go on to The Big Lebowski and stuff like that. It's about a video game developer, but let's go ahead and start off with a synopsis about Tron.
A computer hacker is abducted into a digital world and forced to participate in gladiatorial games where his only chance of escape is with the help of a heroic security program.
Yeah. What else you got?
That's all.
Those are your thoughts too?
No. So thoughts wise, I don't know what I thought this was gonna be. Uh, it's obviously not the first time we've tried watching it. The first time we tried watching it was right before we rode it for the first time, the ride in the park. When did that come out? That was after COVID, right?
Because it was forever to open because of COVID. Slowed down.
Did it open in 2022
Probably 3.
or 3?
I'll look it up.
Anyway, we tried watching it one other time, and it definitely kind of lost our attention, and pretty sure you
Kind
fell
of
asleep.
like this time.
Yeah, so I don't know. It wasn't terrible. This go around was definitely a lot better than the previous time that we tried
Open
watching
on
it.
April 4th, 2023.
Okay, so
That is
yeah.
almost exactly 3 years ago, sir.
Yeah, so we made it through this time, obviously, because here we are reviewing it. And it gets, I guess, what would you call them? It's not really like sequels, but kind of
There's
sequels
plenty of sequels. There's
to it.
many years in between.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got its own little.
People care. It's got a ride at Walt Disney World. Not every movie that we've watched so far, our list upon a star, has a ride at Walt Disney World. But would you like to dive right in and give us a quick what the heck's going on?
Yeah. Um, so we have this main character. His name is Flynn, and he is a
Not
computer
the last
programmer.
Disney character to be named Flynn.
Yeah. He is a computer programmer, and he fired or did he quit? I feel like he was fired.
I have no idea. Removed.
Yeah. So he's no longer working for this company. And
The company is called
income.
Encom.
So he was working for them, and on his nights off, he was working there building video games.
Mhm.
And he has his own video game arcade that he lives above, and he's been hacking into their systems trying to expose them for stealing his games and marketing them like they were his own. So, um, this other guy that has somehow became like the head CEO or whatever of the company is in headquarters of this place. It's a very there's things of it that remind me of Star Wars.
Makes sense.
I don't know if that's what they were going for,
Makes sense.
but it's definitely reminds me of Star Wars. And another guy that we see later that helps Flynn has made a program that's supposed to kind of do like checks and balances in the computer for all other programs and just kind of keep everything even kill. And the head CEO guy is like, no, I don't want that. Just, I've restricted all access for this.
Mhm.
So the computer programmer guy leaves. He's upset. He is talking to his girlfriend, who also works there, but on lasers. And she's like, I know someone we can talk to, and we need to warn them. So she decides they need to go talk to Flynn, but
I think it's like her ex.
yeah.
Scandalous.
And on their way to Flynn's, it kind of cuts back to the guy in the headquarters that owns the place, and he's talking to the computer, and you can basically tell that the computer has a mind of its own and thinks on its own and tells him whatever you do, don't let the programmers put that other program in there. I don't need more eyes on me. So, ooh, we have a villain, two villains. Anyway, so um they end up going back to the work because Flynn tells them that he can help them get like level 6 clearance or something because all level 7 clearance is gone. And they're going to help him get into the computer system to install the other computer programmers program that's supposed to kind of like keep everything.
Called Tron.
It is called that's what I was getting to. The other program in that's supposed to like keep everything even kill that I was telling you earlier. It is called Tron.
Mhm.
Um, so they break in, they do this. Flynn, ironically, is sitting at his ex-girlfriend's desk with a laser behind him, and the computer obviously is taking over everything and starts telling him, like, you need to stop what you're doing. And he's like, no, I'm not going to stop what I'm doing. You need to stop what you're doing. And the computer hits him with a laser, and next thing we know, Flynn is in the computer. It's kind of like, honey, I shrunk the kids.
Honey, I bored the audience.
As That's terrible. Anyway, um, so there's this whole idea that of like computers versus users concept. Um, and Tron is on the user side, and he is trying to make everything even. And ironically, when Flynn gets put in this computer, he's in like this, I don't know, it's kind of like a digitized looking suit, I guess. And he runs into these other people that look like him, but he finds out that they're programs and they're from like all different kinds of like programs. They're not just like video games or like some of it's investing programs and stuff like that. And they're in this computer and they have to compete against each other, like gladiator games, like we talked before. And at one point, he sees someone and he's like, who's that? And he's like, oh, that's Tron. And then when it cuts back to him again, you see the other guy's face. So whoever invented the program, I guess that's technically what the program looks like inside the computer. And I thought it was interesting because an older guy that had an argument earlier in the movie with the head of the program was talking about, oh, well, you can do all this, but there's always going to be a piece of my soul inside of that program. I made it. And he's also in the computer and it looks like him. So I guess there is technically a little bit of their souls in there. And it's a whole they escape thing and they're gonna try to fix the master control program, the MCP, and a roundabout story. They're being chased the whole time, and you see the Tron life cycles. They don't really look like the same life cycles that you ride on the ride.
Who are you?
But it's pretty interesting. But it all ends with Flynn being able to take down the system and the good guys win, pretty much, I guess. I won't bore you.
Happily ever after. Spoilers.
Yeah.
And that was Tron.
Yeah.
And you know, when you're riding the ride and the number one gripe, it's a fun ride. It is fun. Go back to our listing of the top 100 things at Disney. I'm sure it was decently ranked for both of us. But you know, when you're riding Tron and the number one gripe is that how short it is. That was almost as short as my attention span trying to watch this movie.
As short as the ride. I don't know. I feel like at the time it was probably cutting edge. Now it seems dated, but I mean, obviously from where it came from, like you said, like there probably wouldn't have been Pixar and
No, like John Lasseter is on record saying there would be no Pixar without this movie.
yeah, so I mean it did have its purpose. And
We watched it.
I'm assuming there's other Tron movies on our list that we'll be watching in the future.
Many.
So maybe
As recently as recent.
oh yeah, there was a very recent one. But I guess we will see how it progresses and how it maybe is different and maybe holds our attention better. I don't know. Do you think it will hold our attention better?
We will find out in many years from now.
When's the next one?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you knew.
A
Anyway,
bunch of years from now.
Yeah, there was some complaints on here about pacing issues, some confusing terminology because I mean it was kind of confusing if you're not paying attention. Um, I did read something in the trivia section on IMDb, and it was talking about uh, it was disqualified from receiving an Academy Award nomination for special effects. At the time, the Academy felt that using computer-generated effects was cheating.
That's all they do now.
Yeah, so and the film was also a commercial failure. Surprise,
Still made a
surprise.
ton of money though.
But the arcade video games based on it were actually a big hit, so they outgrossed the film.
Mm.
Would say that the ride is also a big hit compared to this movie.
It's fun.
But
Uh,
I do think it's funny that we tried to watch it before we rode the ride because we were thinking that we might be confused if we didn't, and we were more confused watching the movie. The
yeah.
portion of it that we watched because we probably didn't even make it halfway through, right?
I don't remember. We were at Walt Disney World. What did you rate it?
I rated it a 6.
More did they rate it?
They rated it a 6.7 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't get super high ratings,
Higher than some gems, but
but
CGI.
yeah,
So does it make your list?
it does not make my list upon a star.
So then what is your list upon a star?
So my list upon a star is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, 101 Dalmatian, The Fox and the Hound, The Parent Trap, Sleeping Beauty, Dumbo, The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again, The Apple Dumpling Gang, The Strongest Man in the World Who is Still Holding On, and Napoleon and Samantha.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 10.
There you go. So this doesn't make mine either.
No.
Mine through 153 movies we've watched is still number one, 101 Dalmatians. Number two, The Rescuers. Number three, Mary Poppins. Number four, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Number five, My Friend Peter Pan. Number six, Robin Hood. Number seven, The Fox and the Hound. Number eight, Alice in Wonderland. Nine, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. And 10, Pete's Dragon, which we will put right here. But yeah, so that was that film. We watched Tron. Go ride the ride. Let me know how it goes. Our next film, before we depart today, is from 3 weeks in the future after this film,
Okay.
but it is also the final film of the year 1982 before we venture into 1983. Film number 154. It is a film called Tex. Tex. We'll find out more about it then. I am actually kind of excited about this. But we'll talk about why then next week.
Okay.
We have not watched it yet, but so I might hate it, but I'm excited about it. Tex. But before that, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching Tron with us. You can find us on Instagram, Deviving the Magic. Thank you so much. You can find us on Spotify and YouTube, where you can watch all of this happen or listen along or do whatever you want to do. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for positive comments. Thank you for thumbs upping. Thank you for all of the above, deep diving the magic. And of course, if you want to write to us about how this is your favorite movie or anything that we've done so far, that is deepdivingthemagicpod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Thank you to um thank you to Theme Song Extraordinaire and Cat Sitter number one. Andy has a band for our theme song, and we will see you next time for the last film of the year 1982. That's Tex.
Thanks for deep diving the magic.
Bye.
Bye.